Check 1 2. I'm here. Is there a cello mode? Uh-oh. Is your mic on? Hold on, talk into that thing. Check that switch. Check that switch. Yeah, kinda. Hello. Hold on. Talk to me now.
Oh, there it's up now.
Hey, there it is.
It was half up, half down.
Half up, half down.
Yep.
Forks up, forks down.
It was in between.
Sorry, juggalo joke. Nobody here will get that.
So is it really any surprise that Ring sends user data to third parties? Like, are we really at this point in our life, like, no.
Really? What?
Amazon sending information about us to other people?
Oh. What? So is it a matter of we are like are we just too like dead to it that it doesn't matter anymore? Is that
so I saw this article.
Isn't that bad? You know, we're like, yeah, this is happening. This is what we're all doing this. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. But isn't that dangerous? We have to start the show, Chance, because they put a graphic up. Wow, you guys are.
So they're sending it. So they're
tonight.
So I saw this article last night on Facebook. Someone posted, "He who shall not be named."
Wait, who? I don't know.
It was just a person. I didn't. It's just a person I know on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And it was from the electronic.
That's a joke for another show on this network.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in the show.
Missy, are you connected back there? You might not be plugged in. Not plugged in. All right, you have the thing right in front of you, though. I'm good. I mean, you're good. Then I better not hear any yelling from over there. Jeez. Already recording. I live on the internet. Of course, my data is being shared everywhere, says Chachi. Chilla. Start the show. Hey, yeah, keep yelling. Start the show. That's good for that's good interaction. So,
I added the Ring thing to the show notes. So
I wasn't even terribly upset when I heard that Wise did something.
When that was an accident.
Yeah,
like this is on purpose. Like, do you really think Google doesn't do anything with the data analytics from your Nest doorbell?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. I'm not sold.
At what point are you not okay with all the sharing? When you hear Russia and China? How is your TikTok?
But what is Russia and China going to do with the times of day that I open my door?
There you go. Well, there you go. I mean, right?
Or the number of false positives I get that there's motion at my front door when it's just a car driving down the street.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I feel like I'm getting. It's one of those Google moments, right?
Yeah.
We don't just get free Gmail from Google, right? Mm-hmm. I know you're a G Suite paid subscriber.
I still live in Google.
For us normal folks that get our Gmail for free. Do you? There's an unwritten agreement that Google, I know you're reading all my email and gaining analytics and potential pushing advertisements to me and selling demographical data that's not necessarily tied back to me, but tied back to general. I'm tied in with other people. Mm-hmm. And it's, to me, an unwritten agreement that I'm willing to give them that data for free email. Mm-hmm. I guess I feel like it's the same thing. Like, it's not like Ring is like Ring. The Ring, like the top tier of Ring is like $100 a year. My old security system was $40 a month.
Yeah, right. But it's also like, is that a loss leader on them to do other things, or what's the math work out to?
Right.
Like I mean, the understanding if you're paying for a subscription is you're not the product, right? But you kind of are the product,
right?
So
they're, what would you call it? It's not subletting.
No, they're reselling, right?
It's not even really reselling. It's like a shared cost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not paying full price, and they have to make up that money somewhere.
You're not paying what it's actually costing for the service you're receiving.
Right.
Yeah. You bought the device, and then you're paying for a service. But in the long run, at scale, where does that actually end up, right?
Right.
So, and then
like what
for more profitability, either way, they're going to be looking at these other things with your data.
And I'm willing to give up that to get the discount.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm willing to give up some privacy with my Gmail account for the free email.
Mm-hmm.
And the unlimited photo storage and the amount of Google Drive I use. Like, all of that, I'm willing to give up some of that information in return for free stuff.
Yeah.
Or for discounted stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options out there. All right, let's start the show. We talked. Chachi's all saver for the show is like, hey, we need something for you guys to get bonus and Patreon and such.
I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people complaining and yelling at me later.
It's mostly Chachi.
Just Chachi.
Yeah. Mostly. Oh, hell, King.
Oh,
Google.
he'll really yell at me for my awesome thing of the week that's more just of a rant.
Okay. So the less than awesome thing of the week. Positivity on this show, guys. All right, guys. Let's get with it. We are recording there. We are recording there.
You're recording everywhere. I can't find the show stream.
It's out there.
I got it.
It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast episode 479. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in the Beachview neighborhood of Pittsburgh, PA, with my boy Chilla talking tech with you today, hanging out on the couch. He's matching. Well, in the video, it looks like you have a purple shirt on, but that's not accurate. That
could be bad because I think I wore a purple shirt last year. Or last week. I think people were just going to think I wear the same shirt every day. I never changed.
It's just that camera. Actually, you look good there, but it looks like a purple shirt here. We got a fun color balance thing going on. So I guess a couple of different cameras in the mix, so you never know.
And I think Chachi already has the show title.
Does he?
Save it for the show, jackass.
Save it. And of course, producer Missy is here as well. Of course, we're already talking to John Chichilla, the gadget guru at Big Bank International, Esquire.
That's me. It's good to be here on this snowy evening.
Yes, it's coming and going. It's coming and going out there. I know we can keep an eye out for it, I guess, a little bit later. But anyways, this is the AwesomeCast. Check out everything at AwesomeCast.com, where you can find this in past episodes and show notes, including links to a lot of the stuff that we talk about on the show. If you want to go check out any of it later, email us at awesomecast@sorgatronmedia.com. Tweet us at AwesomeCast, and please follow the Facebook page and group. And, of course, you can join us live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. A lot of that discussion is happening on the Facebook page. If you want to be a part of that discussion, please join us over there. Of course, we are streaming on several other platforms for Sorgatron Media and AwesomeCast, including the Twitch, the YouTubes, and the Twitter, Periscopes, and such. So if you're joining us over there, of course, the main conversation is happening over here on the Facebook page. And if you're catching this on podcast form, of course, you can find us in all your podcast apps and watch us on Facebook and YouTube for AwesomeCast. And you catch us later, please use the hashtag AC479 to continue the conversation with that AwesomeCast on Twitter. Thank you to our audio partners, the 405media.com, that's streaming us every day about noon Eastern, and our friends at Post Industrial Audio, postindustrial.com, showcasing some of the finest podcasting in Pittsburgh. And thank you to them for telling the world about us too. Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters that are supporting the show, and they get a little bit extra conversation here and there. Including last week, we kind of had some conversation about Rise of Skywalker, the last Star Wars movie that came out last month, because we all finally had gotten a chance to see it. We had Crazy Kraus in here. Also, thank you to everybody at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John Diggy DeGore, and John Carmen, and our friends at the Fan of the Show dollar level, our longest running Patreon supporter Michael Fedor, and Katie's favorite Fedor, by the way, and pjsmuseums.org. And you guys can support the show too at patreon.com/awesomecast. Okay. So you got a rant, so I'm going to start with something positive.
Okay, and mine won't be really be a rant because I've now worked it over in my head that I have an idea for a new product.
Feeling less ranty.
Yes.
You're gonna pitch some entrepreneur a new idea. Is that what's going to happen now?
Yes.
All right. So my thing this week is I've been revisiting one of my old favorite games that I haven't really played so much in recent years. I hearken to the good old days of playing Call of Duty on the 360, first with Modern Warfare 3 up through Black Ops 2, I think it was, 1 and 2, Ghosts, things like that, right? And that was like a good era for me. And this has been out for a little bit now, but again, with that thing we were talking about before, with the game controller and using an Xbox One controller with my that hook thingy that holds your phone on your controller.
You can use that same thing. Will work with a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, it'll work
too,
with the PlayStation controller. It'll work with the Steel Series that I have that works with the Apple stuff. But it's nice just having an Xbox controller. Like, that's what feels good to me, right? Because I play most things on an Xbox One, so it saves. It just feels one-to-one with that, right, for the most part when I play games. So I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile. And we've talked about it before on the show. But again, it just feels so much more with a controller. I mean, the only kind of difference is you don't actually hit shoot; it auto shoots basically, which is like new.
I thought there was a way to configure it where you could.
Is there?
I think I have mine set up where it doesn't auto shoot. Like, I have to hit a fire button on the right. So I can hold it down.
Right. So it's still but otherwise it still mostly works that way. Gives you one less thing you have to press, and it makes sense for the touch controls. But when you use the controller, other than that one little weirdness to it, it is very, it feels like Call of Duty.
Well, it has the classic maps. Like, it has
Nuketown. It has Nuketown. It has Hijacked. It has the stuff I want to play, because I'm like, I don't want to dust off my old Modern Warfare Black Ops disc on the 360, because I got to boot up the 360. And I'll just get murdered, because all that's there are the people that are have been playing it for years and still want to play it. So this has been kind of a nice little return, and then it's on the phone, and I'm playing it, and to be honest, I'm playing this in bed. Before I go to bed, I just pull it up, play some stuff for a little bit, and it's there, and then throws it on the nightstand like I would a Game Boy Advance that I have there, right? I'm playing full Call of Duty that looks just as good as the 360 to me, and plays just as I remember. So it's free. I'm not doing the premium stuff. I'm not buying season passes. I just want to play. But now they also have a battle royal as well, because every game has a battle royal mode now. Why not?
Is that free too?
It's free too. You got to buy a pass to get all the upgrades, the tier upgrades and things like that. So it's no, I'll just play, and that's fine. Of course. So it's everything you think of Fortnite. It's got the closing zone on it. You jump out on a parachute. You have no weapons when you start, which is strange for Call of Duty to me. So, but it feels like Call of Duty otherwise. Actually, I think there's you can do third person in it, which is very not Call of Duty. And I won my first one, which makes me kind of concerned. But it's
I noticed how I felt like I was way too good when I played. I'm like,
I
shouldn't be. I shouldn't be this good.
Yeah, so maybe they're kind of looping in bots or something, instead or something. But I think in the multiplayer, because it's a very explicit A versus AI mode that they tell you to try out for practicing or something like that. So Chachi's saying Battle Royale is the first thing that happened to first-person shooters. Mostly they're third-person. To be
worse than when we got rid of storyline gameplay.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I missed the old school story. I played the storylines
on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I loved how cinematic they were. Right.
And then they started to slowly peel off.
Yeah, they got shorter and shorter. And then, because you didn't really play it for you just played through to play the story, and hey, look at this cool stuff, and then you understand some of the guns a bit more when you get into the multiplayer. Makes sense, right? It's kind of I'm finally I've had it for over a year, and I'm finally playing through the story on Mortal Kombat 10. So and realizing like, oh, I've never played as this character before because I just jump in and hit random and play something, right? So it's kind of nice. Oh, he says it's the worst player versus player wise. Is it? I don't know. I don't know the thinking on that. So like versus squads or something like that.
I'm guessing because it's no one wants. That's the other thing I noticed in like Battle Royale. Like everything has like a squad up. But I never, like, I don't know anyone who does squads on that. They just jump into a game.
Yeah, you just jump into a game.
I feel like, I will say, I feel like it's broken the, hey, I'm going to jump on Xbox, look for specific people.
Yeah.
And co-op.
Somebody has to be doing that. Somebody has to be doing that. But Call of Duty, like, I feel like I can drop into a game of Frontline, which is team-based, a team-based waypoint, spawn point game. And mostly you can kind of work together without chat. Or you realize, oh, none of these guys know what they're doing. We're getting slammed right now. But
and I was probably always maybe a little different because I was never big on even team deathmatch. Like I was never free for all. Rarely did I want to do team deathmatch. I was always a capture the flag. What was the one Call of Duty thing where you had to defuse the bomb? Like there was the one the team had to plant the bomb, or you had to defuse the bomb before it went off.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Like those,
I can't remember the names.
The kind of strategy type gameplay were the ones I was into as well, which I don't feel like Battle Royale lends itself to at all.
No, it's kind of it's kind of more free for all. I mean, maybe squad based to kind of organize around something like that.
Search and destroy.
Okay, yeah. I missed the old announcer voice too. So, oh, good, my mom's here, so we can get to that story here in a little bit that I was going to bring up.
Oh, I thought she was going to talk about her favorite Call of Duty game type.
Chilla, what is your awesome thing of the week?
I'm actually excited about this.
Okay,
but
you said you were going to rant on something.
I'm concerned.
Okay.
So remember Bump?
Cautiously optimistic. Bump.
So Bump, we used to be able to share our contacts and different stuff.
How did we do that?
By bumping our fists with our phones in them.
Basically fist bumping with your phone in your hand, somewhere between Bluetooth and your GPS and gyrometer or whatever. It was figure out that you two bumped each other. And then, of course, we played with this, and we would have
you try to a bunch of people bump simultaneously, and who gets what?
Yeah. Where we get, and we're at a PodCamp pre-party, and somebody across the room was like, "Hey, is one of you Michael?" You know,
it's like a spin the bottle.
It kind of is. Yeah,
and we're all worried about privacy, right? But so Google announced that they're going to release, and it's the second article, nearby sharing, which is going to be the airdrop of the Google world, which I'm a huge airdrop person. I airdrop photos to other people. I airdrop files to other people. I airdrop files between my laptop and my phone.
I get pissed when I'm at home and realize my my Windows 10 computer isn't going to copy and paste and airdrop to my phone.
Right.
Like that's the only thing that kills me on my workflow right now.
So I use AirDrop a lot, more than I would like to admit. I wouldn't say I use it daily, but do I use it multiple times a week? Yes. Even if it's like a GIF and a message that I save off and then drop. Like I use AirDrop before I copy something to the cloud and then copy it back down on the other side.
Yeah, then it feels pretty ham-fisted at that point. I mean, at the very least, like my workaround is putting it in my iCloud or logging into iCloud.com. We just interface that way, which is nice. At least it's an option, right?
Or I can put it in Google Drive. I can put it in Dropbox. I can put it in OneDrive. I'm like a digital hoarder that just left crap everywhere. Like I filled up my Dropbox. That's fine. I move over to OneDrive. I got a terabyte over there. When that gets full, I'll move somewhere else and just leave everything in its place. Anyway, so Google released, or quietly underground, whatever, announced they're going to be coming out with nearby sharing, which is like the AirDrop for Android devices. It's going to hit Pixel devices from what I've read first, which I think is super cool. And hopefully that proliferates outwards, or we at least get APKs that we can sideload to other devices, and we can do nearby sharing. Then Samsung, we find out, is building a rival called QuickShare.
And this is why we can't have nice things in the Android world.
So it's going to release in tandem with the Galaxy S, because we can't just go S10, S11. We have to double and go to S20.
Wait, what?
So the theory
they're
is
going
that
year now, aren't they?
I don't know.
It's like car models. Your phone.
So the S20 Plus 5G, they found the APK that is showing the QuickShare. So you'll be able to quickly transfer between two Galaxy phones.
Okay.
But what if my friend has an LG or my friend has a Pixel?
Oh, what kind of phone do you have? Oh, we can't. Yeah. And
So
this leads to the problem.
Right. I'm glad they're going in this direction. The other interesting thing I think Samsung has on their side is you can send to SmartThings devices. So I could send something to my TV. I could send something to my refrigerator.
If they're all Samsung.
If they're smart things.
Yes.
Smarter things. Or smart things. So I'm super happy they're going in this direction. I'm interested to see how this works out. As a callback to Bump, here's my idea. Let's create an old school
Thank you.
app that's cross-platform that you select the file, the other person sets to receive, you shake your device, it makes modem screech noises, the other one makes a modem screech noise back.
I love it.
And then we just ship it over Bluetooth and call it a day. And but I mean, to me, that's the dream, right? It's the old Bump. It didn't matter if they had an Android app.
Did they?
I think so.
I'm not aware.
I think they had an Android app.
Okay.
I mean, this should just be cross-platform. It should be Windows laptop, iPhone, Android. I don't care what your operating ties in. Whatever your operating system is, someone needs to just come up with an easy way to go cross-platform.
And that's what makes it universal. If you're an Android user and don't know the importance of an AirDrop, this is, again, you can AirDrop and just basically move a file wirelessly between Apple devices, including iPad, iPhone, and your MacBook, basically, right? Podner's saying that he used AirDrop to share photos at a family event directly to other phones without having to upload it to Facebook or anything. Steve of Pittsburgh Bold Sports, who will be here Sunday, by the way, for the yearly Sunday brunch episode. Amanda has him AirDrop her so much as he goes to pressers during the day that she can't make. It's an issue doing so with longer videos they found, though, which makes sense, right? It's more kind of quicker files at that point. But Chilla, it needs to take 10 minutes to transfer to get the old time feel.
Well, and you know what? Maybe we have to put the devices in a quiet room and we actually use like the old modem tones to transfer the data.
And then the pictures just kind of, as they load down the screen. Yes. I appreciate Hoopla that I connect to my library to watch comic books or read comic books. When it's downloading the file, it's the cover of the comic book loading.
Like a 300 baud modem.
Like a 300 baud modem back in the day. It's just like, oh, that feels nice. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's a nice touch. So anyways, so you have your new idea. We'll see if AirPlay works for Android.
Or if anyone out there has a good way. Like I've used, I can't remember what the name of the app is now. I have it on my Android and I have it on my iPad. There's I have a program just for photos that actually turns your device into like a Wi-Fi server.
Okay.
And you load the app on both devices and you can pass stuff on your camera roll back and forth across operating systems, but it doesn't necessarily do files, which I find myself oddly enough, more and more, like, I have a spreadsheet I updated on my iPad that I need to get over to another device. And I'm using things like OneDrive for that,
Mm-hmm.
or Google Drive. But it would be nice, to just be out and about and just pass stuff back without having to have some intermediary network to turn on to connect to.
You work with so many devices day to day. It must be you. Do you get a relief when you're like, oh, good, this is an Apple device. I can do this thing.
Yes and no, because in my personal life, yes. In my professional life, no, because everything is based on like SharePoint synchronization, and
you have a grander kind of thing
but
going on.
I have found out testing devices for work. I now have a directory. I used to put everything. I was like a desktop